Bill O'Reilly here, Friday, November 1st, 2019. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Here's what's happening today in America. Congressional Democrats, aided by the mainstream media, continue to push impeachment, finally releasing the full text of their anti-Trump resolution after weeks of closed-door testimony. The document basically accuses Donald Trump of colluding with the Ukraine to take down Joe Biden and obstruction of justice. That charge gives Congressman Adam Schiff and Gerald Nadler the power to investigate any person connected with President Trump. Despite support from most of the national media, with screaming headlines and yelling on cable programs, recent polls show Americans' attitudes toward removing Donald Trump from office remain soft. A survey from YouGov conducted October 30th has 45% of American voters backing the impeachment investigation. That breaks down along party lines. 82% of support comes from Democrats, but 10% from Republicans. 22% of those asked said the House should continue the investigation, but not necessarily accuse the president of anything. Independents evenly split. 39% want the proceedings to go ahead, 38% say no. The latest poll from USA Today shows President Trump's base remains firm. 40% continue to support the chief executive, calling the Democrats' effort to remove him from the White House a political lynching. Similar surveys show the same thing. Democrats support, Republicans oppose, independents split down the middle. For comparison, Richard Nixon's approval rating dropped to 25% during the Watergate scandal, with 66% of Americans backing his removal from office. Mr. Nixon, of course, resigned. The fate of the Democrats' impeachment push hinges on proof. If there is no wrongdoing on the president's part, Congressman Adam Schiff may be in very big trouble. Whatever happens in the House, it is a long shot that 66 senators will vote to convict Donald Trump and remove him from office because he enjoys the support of roughly half the U.S. electorate. Coming up, the message of the day: how to help American kids who really need help. Right back with that. You've been hearing about gold all over the news. Prices continue to climb. Not surprising. Experts warning a recession could happen. But pay attention to the banks. Some of them ran out of cash last Monday night and had to borrow money from the Federal Reserve. Since last week, more than $500 billion has been printed and given to the banks just so they could stay in business. Sound familiar? Remember in 2008 when the Fed had to bail out the banks? Well, it's happening again. Americans are looking for stability, and many are turning to gold and precious metals as a way to protect their savings and retirements. That's why I recommend that you contact American Hartford Gold Group now to learn more. To get you started, American Hartford Gold Group will gift you a free silver coin. No purchase necessary. All you have to do is call them. 877-444-GOLD. That's 877-444-GOLD. So please give them a call today to claim your free coin. Available for a limited time only. 877-444-4653. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day: how to help American kids who badly need help. Picture this. You are born into poverty in a terrible neighborhood. You do not have two parents in the home, or one or both of your parents is addicted to drugs or alcohol. You're a baby. There is loud noise everywhere. You don't get the care you need. Then you grow into a little child. Again, chaos all around you, danger on the streets, a dilapidated place to live. Then you go to school, and there's more chaos. Violence in the schools, kids who don't want to learn. And in your house, no books, no emphasis on homework because your parents are irresponsible. What kind of a chance does an American child like that have in life? So, In 2014, President Barack Obama came up with an idea. He called it My Brother's Keeper, and it focused on mentoring boys and young men of color in the inner cities. I got a call from Mr. Obama's assistant, Valerie Jarrett, asking me to come to the White House to participate in the launching of My Brother's Keeper. Now, since I was a big brother, since I had 3 children who had no father, and I mentored them throughout their childhood and into adulthood, the president knew that I was qualified to advise him on this very fine program. In 2015, the next year, My Brother's Keeper Alliance was formed, and nearly 250 cities, counties, and reservations, tribal nations, were accepted in the My Brother's Keeper community. President Obama's call to action seemed to be working. Brother's Keeper offers aid and support to kids, and federal money is donated to get the programs organized, but they're very simple. You get successful people, Americans, adults, business people, creative people, and you twin them with a kid who needs advice and mentoring. Very simple. It's a lot like the Big Brothers, Big Sisters. The problem was that it didn't get a lot of publicity. Now, I tried, and someday I will tell you exactly how I tried. But I could have raised, through a concert, a rock concert, hundreds of millions of dollars and brought awareness of Brother's Keeper to every single American. It did not happen. There was no chicanery, but there was bureaucracy. Now, some private companies, AT&T, Citibank, Discovery Channel, are still helping mentoring children. New York State allocated $20 million to the program in 2016, but that's a pittance. That's nothing. So My Brother's Keeper is out there, but it isn't nearly as effective as it could be. Now, I would like all the living presidents to get together and promote My Brother's Keeper. If we could put these programs in every city in the country, we would cut crime, poverty, deprivation, racism. We'd cut everything. It's a simple concept, and it should be done. And that is the message of the day. I hope you check out my new book, The United States of Trump, and I also hope you go to BillO'Reilly.com, where we have more analysis. Up next, something you might not know. Forget Russian hackers and elections for a moment, please. This is worse. Cyber thieves are stealing American homes. Guess where your home's legal title and mortgage documents are kept? Online. Wide open. Your signature and everything thieves need to take over ownership of your home is easily available online. Thieves forge your name off the title, then refile the deed so it appears you sold it. Then they go to unscrupulous lenders and borrow money using your home's equity. Then they disappear, and you get stuck with the payments. Banks, insurance, and identity theft programs do not protect you. Home Title Lock does. Home Title Lock puts a virtual firewall around your home's title and mortgage, and they monitor the black market to see if your home is for sale. Your home equity is your retirement, your emergency fund. Let me help protect it with 60 risk-free days of Home Title Lock. So please go to HomeTitleLock.com and enter your address to see if you're already a victim. Defend yourself at HomeTitleLock.com. HomeTitleLock.com. Now the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. Since the day he announced his campaign for the presidency, Donald Trump has had an openly hostile relationship with the national media. But if you listen to coverage of the conflict, the press is usually portrayed as advocates for the rights of oppressed Americans. Even a successful raid against a brutal ISIS mass murderer was criticized by Democrats and some members of the media. A terrorist is dead, no Americans are injured. Time to complain. Despite their nonstop efforts to demonize Donald Trump, he is a real person, not a caricature. If you read my new book, The United States of Trump, you'll learn about the man, and you will see and understand the personal and political hit jobs he has to endure. Here are some interesting facts about President Trump you might not know. Many think the Trump family financial fortune began in New York real estate, but its origins are much more interesting. Donald Trump's grandfather, Friedrich Trump, with a T, sailed to America from Germany in 1885, arriving in New York City completely in debt. After working as a barber, the 22-year-old headed west, establishing a restaurant called the Poodle Dog in the heart of Seattle's red light district. Some suggest the Poodle Dog rented rooms to prostitutes. Trump made a small fortune in Washington before heading north to the Yukon Territory during the gold rush. There, he opened a second establishment, the Arctic Restaurant and Hotel, which one Canadian described as a, quote, excellent accommodation for single men. He ultimately returned to New York City with a lot of money, where President Trump's father, Fred, was born in 1905. Here's something else you might not know. Fred Trump ultimately sent the future president, his son Donald, to military school after discovering hidden knives in his bedroom. Young Donald developed an affinity for the garish streets of Times Square, secretly traveling to the neighborhood to buy switchblades, and his father didn't like that very much. President Trump describes his childhood in Queens as energetic and rambunctious, which some might say also describe his presidency. For more interesting facts about President Trump, please pick up my new book, The United States of Trump, which is a big bestseller, and we thank you all who have supported the book. Back after this. Finding a good real estate agent who understands your needs can be incredibly difficult. My friend Glenn Beck started the service realestateagentsitrust.com to make sure you get connected with agents who are ambitious and have a long and successful track record. They're agents who are experts in your town and do business like you with your values. I heard a story of a family whose home had been on the market for more than a year, and they were facing a difficult scenario of what to do next. They learned about Real Estate Agents I Trust, and after contact, a real estate agent was able to go in, make some changes to the house, and then sold the house within 3 weeks. This is why I endorse realestateagentsitrust.com. No pinheads, just great agents. I wouldn't hesitate to use Real Estate Agents I Trust if I were going to sell my home. So get moving today with realestateagentsitrust.com. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.